Okay, we got the finance report, we got the board of trustees report. What else we got?
The commissioner wants to have a meeting with you
Okay.
as well, and we have to get that call scheduled with Jerry Jones.
The mayor needs to get lunch with you here soon.
Love having lunch with the mayor.
And also the Community Salute Awards are coming up here on October 30th, and they're honoring Joe Horrigan.
Another honor for Joe Horrigan? Another retirement party? Good Lord, how many has this been?
Actually, 42.
42. Do you have any idea how much weight I've gained at Joe Horrigan award dinners?
17 pounds, sir.
That's kind of light, isn't it? Should I go?
It's up to you. I think
tell
I
him
can
no.
fill the I
Actually,
can fill the table.
I can't say no to Joe Horrigan because, Joe, we love you. Joe, you have done so much for the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and because of that, you've also done so much for Canton. Wherever you go in the United States, Canton is regarded as synonymous with excellence. And we've got 4,800 volunteers who are the heart of the Hall of Fame. We've got an incredible, hardworking staff and board of trustees, that are the soul of the Hall of Fame. But you have always been its intellect. You have always been its thought. And you're the one that's made it not just a museum, but a world-class research and archive institute and museum.
I have known Joe Horrigan for a very long time, and I enjoyed working with him when I was at the Hall of Fame, both when I was on the board and then when I became the president in some subsequent years. Joe is a wonderful guy, great sense of humor, he's fun to be with. But what I think about Joe and his impact on the Pro Football Hall of Fame, I think about the fact that I think Joe Horrigan is the world's foremost historian of professional football. Nobody knows as much about pro football as Joe Horrigan. And he began learning about pro football at an early age. His dad was the director of communications with the Buffalo Bills, and Joe, when he was 10 years old or whatever, started learning about the game. And apparently learned that he had an ability to remember things. He knows everything about the founding of the game. He knows about the legendary men who formed the initial teams. He knows about the players and the coaches. And I don't know how he does it, but he remembers everything that happened in the last 100 years about pro football. And I think the Pro Football Hall of Fame is the only Hall of Fame, perhaps other than tennis, who is actually certified as a museum. That's a hard certification to achieve, but because of Joe's work and his team, we have that here in Canton.
People from all walks of the NFL, both on the broadcasting side, the newsprint side, and the NFL's officials themselves come to Joe about the history of the game and his knowledge of the history of the game. So it's just truly amazing. Joe is the source across the country for NFL history, and I don't think the community itself, I never realized how much of an asset he is, not only for the Pro Football Hall of Fame, but for the game itself.
One of the ways in which Joe's legacy will last forever and show that he had a tremendous impact on the Hall of Fame and on the game of football is that he is the person who oversees the selection process. That is the process by which we identify the people who have had the greatest impact on the game as a coach or as a player or as a contributor. And then a select number of those are inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. It's a very difficult selection process, but he is the cornerstone of making that happen in the annual process.
Joe, congratulations from Ann and I and the entire Board of Trustees from the Pro Football Hall of Fame for your commitment not only to the Hall, to the community, but to the NFL and the game itself. And we hope you and Mary Ann enjoy your time off and really, truly appreciate everything you guys have done for the community.
Joe, I'm sure a lot of people at the Pro Football Hall of Fame and throughout the football world thought you would never leave the Pro Football Hall of Fame. In fact, we hope that you would never leave. But I guess the reality is that all of us come to a point where we need to move on to other aspects of our life. And I certainly hope that you enjoy whatever becomes the next chapter of your life. And I hope that as you do that, you will recognize that you certainly have had a huge impact on the game of football and certainly on the Pro Football Hall of Fame and its legacy.
Hey, Joe. Namath here, buddy. Just want to congratulate you on your award of appreciation, man. Those of us that know you both appreciate you, and we love you too, pal. Stay well.
Hi, Joe. Let me add my voice to that as so many others, telling you how much we admire you and how much you've contributed to this game that we all adore. You've been great. Thank you.
Hey, Joe. Just want to congratulate you on this honor and thank you for all you've done for me and the Hall of Fame. I know I wouldn't have got through my speech 10 years ago if it wasn't for you being there to help and guide me. In my book, you're always going to be a Hall of Famer. Thanks again for everything you've done.
I'm probably the only Hall of Famer that can say that Joe Horrigan was my ball boy for the Bills in 1969, I think, when you were about 12, 13, 14 years old. Thank you for all that you have done for the game of football. You are a Hall of Famer.
Joe, thanks for all you've done. We love you.